o'clock, and it took 12 minutes to get us ready to go to the show. Yeah.
Well, it took us a half hour really because we were supposed to be ready by 11, but now we're half an hour later due to technical difficulties and what. But nobody's gonna know, um, because the show is up like 2 hours later
Yeah.
after we do everything. So it'll just be our little secret, even though we have been recording. It's another
Like
edition.
always. Like always.
It's another edition of Drinks to Words by, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a minute because,
Yes.
quite frankly, we've both been busy. So I think that's
I
a
was out
good
of town again.
yeah, for quite quite some time. Dave was, and be on the lookout because David's going to be out of town again, and
Yes.
you know, not nothing crazy, but I believe this is episode 149, and
Ooh, shit. Is it? Oh, man.
I believe so. And if you're watching this, it's already been labeled, so you know what episode it is. It's just I never keep track of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But let me just check on our website, which you too can log on to, drinkswordsby.com. Give us a click. There you're going to see a plethora of shows that we've done, possibly 149, if I am correct in that.
Excuse me.
Nothing sounds
Uh,
greater than somebody coughing, by the way.
yeah. Sorry. I remember to hit mute. I've been out in the cold and because it's gotten quite chilly at night, and so just don't seem to have enough layers. So I don't know if I'm getting sick or just my asthma's kicking in. So.
And yes, this is episode 149.
Oh man, who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought it? Way
I,
back when we started this in, I think we started 2018.
it's 5 years ago, apparently. So yeah,
Yeah,
2018. Yeah, 149 shows, but we're not at the 150. So don't count your chickens before they're hatched. We need to get to 150,
it's
and
150.
from there we can celebrate our hurrahs and whatnot. So
Yeah,
lot going on, and you guys have been a part of it since day one. Hopefully, you're part of it since day one, and if not, guess what? The beauty of the internet, you could go back, listen to our shows because we were doing all audio until fairly recent. I believe last year is when we started doing the videos.
you actually have to go onto the website though because I've tried different uh, services and they don't go all the way back to one,
Right.
or at least
I believe they keep a capacity of, I believe, 50. Don't quote me on that. But
no, I think it's more than 50 because or at least on Amazon Music, I saw they went back to 40.
okay.
Yeah.
So
So,
check us out if you are so inclined. And what are we drinking today, David?
my usual, the 9.9 tropical beer hug Imperial IPA.
No one can see it, by the way. I know you tried to show up, but I'm like, middle, more middle, more middle. There you go. Let me get you full
I don't know
screen.
which way to go.
There, the other way, the other way, the other way, the other way, the other way. There it is, right
You're
there.
right, my left.
Yeah. So ever wonder how this show ever?
How we got to 149?
Oh yeah, and
You would think we got some of these kinks out. No, no,
no,
no.
and I myself am drinking a Powerade. I went to the Cove last night twice, actually. I stopped there because my buddy Andy, who we've had on the show, got engaged, and so he was having an engagement party out there in Claremont, California. So I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I'll stop in for one or two drinks. I'll catch some of the UCLA game. and then I'll head over to Claremont for the engagement party. Now, keep in mind it was at a brewery, and so I was thinking, well, if it's at a brewery, it's relaxed, you know. So I stopped in, saw Kelby, the bartender there, and then I was there really quick, and then just two drinks, and then as I was leaving, he's like, Andrea is gonna be here tonight, and I was like, what, Andrea? I haven't seen her in forever. I was like, oh shit, I guess I'll stop in. But that's what happens sometimes, you know. You haven't seen a bartender in forever, and you want to go see him. So I go to the engagement party, and everybody has like not suits, but like blazers and collared shirts and stuff like that. Everybody's looking, engagement esque, and I'm pretty much just wearing shorts and this shirt essentially. And I'm just like, well, I feel underdressed, but I'm like, it's at a brewery,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it was a fair like assessment that like okay, it's a brewery, so it's kind of laid back, it's kind of cool and chill. We're just there to celebrate the engagement, and then it's like, oh fuck, thanks. That wasn't that was the entire grid wasn't on the invites.
yeah, I wish it was because, well, let's face it, I would have probably just came dressed this way anyway. So, yeah, that was cool. But I had a great time. Talked to Andy really quick. Of course, everybody wanted to talk to both him and his adoring fiance. So, time with him was at a minimum, but got to talk to his dad. Me and his father get along really well. He's a big music guy, and so I was just telling him about some of the stuff that I've been doing. And while you were away, David, I was interviewing some bands. I finally got back on that. It took me a while to get my other show going, as far as like my music submissions and stuff like that. But it took a even longer while to start saying, okay, I'm ready to start interviewing bands again. So, and then that just kind of took forever because I'm so picky about the bands that I want to interview.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I have two of those. If you are so inclined, log on to entertheshell.com and check those out. Or if you just want to, well, support me just by drink swords by, that's fine too. But I do have other endeavors that I do. And I'll tell you this, David. I was talking to two girls, they're both sisters, and they were really fascinated that I interview bands and like I have a podcast and stuff like that. It was really I was just like, really? Like everybody knows I do this and no one gives a shit. But it was like but I was like, wow, this is cool. So people are actually interested in this.
wait. So was this you were talking to these people at the engagement,
Yeah,
or
at
it's
the
a band
engagement party.
at the engagement? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're like, "Oh man, tell us more." And I'm like, "Well, and I'm like, "I've been doing this for like 15 years." They're like, "What? 15 years?" Like, "Yes, I've been doing this a long time." So,
Yes, I am that fascinating, ladies. Yes.
what finds fat people fascinated by with me is my fish, Herbie. I'm like, because there's dog people, there's cat people, and then you're just like, oh, I have a fish, and then I start telling them about my fish and the
See,
journey with fish.
because I think the better part is where you got dog people, fish people, and you're like, oh, how many fish do you have?
One.
I have one. I have a fish.
That's all I could manage is just one.
Yeah, it's baby steps.
Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, I had a really good time at the engagement party. Tried some really interesting beers. It was in Claremont. It was called Claremont Ales. And if you guys are into beer, I recommend it. Really good beer. But at the end of the night, I was, and the crazy part is I knew I was driving, so I was looking for low, ABV because they had tons of high potent stuff, but I was like, I can't. I'm driving. Um, and at the end of the night, I was just like, not that I'm tired of drinking craft beer, but I'm just like, do you have anything like a Coors Light? And they're like, oh yeah, we do. They're like, this is kind of our version. And I was like, oh man, that's good. And yeah, but that was funny where like, you don't get me wrong, I love craft beer, but every now and then you just need something that isn't craft. You just need something that's
Yeah,
like,
no, I get it. Like, there was a guy who stopped by the bar yesterday, and he was kind of like snobbish. Like, I guess he's been in the bar scene and he likes to go to the wheel. And he was like, "Oh man, like you have all these." He's like, "This isn't a dive bar." I go, "I mean, we have it still have has the essence of the dive bar that it used to be." It's like, "No, I mean, you got the selection of whiskey, but then you don't have any craft beers." I'm like, "That's not what we do. We're a whiskey bar." Like he was like, "You have to have both." I go, "No, we don't." Like, dude, like the fact that we keep these beers is how we keep a good, you know, general our old customers. Like they drink this stuff. They're not looking for fancy shit. They know what they like and they want what they like. I was like, I can't see the code between craft beers. I mean, they occasionally get something new, but you can't change a whole like refrigerator out just to like, oh, let's try these beers. Like I just know that wouldn't work. That's not what the code is.
and not only that, but I love the fact that he's like, well, I go to the wheel. I'm like, I don't know if that's something you should be,
Yeah,
bragging about,
and yeah, and you're talking like, oh, like you have craft beers. Get the fuck out. What craft beers do they have at the wheel?
I know PBR.
Yeah,
Not that there's anything wrong with PBR, I'm a
yeah,
PBR drinker myself, but
yeah.
oh, people are crazy, man. Th- you know, I've been making sandwiches, helping out at my job, and making sandwiches for people is not easy because everybody is so picky about what they want on their sandwich. And it drives me crazy, dude. It's the most stressed I'm ever at, and it's making a stupid sandwich. It shouldn't be that stressful. It shouldn't.
Well, I mean, like, I think it's because every sandwich shop is like, oh, you can make it your own. You can see them make it. Like they're not watching you make it, so it's even more like, oh man, is this how they wanted it? Like, do they want more of this? Do they want less of this? So I can kind of get that, but like, is there anything really obscure? I mean, it's a sandwich. Like,
No.
what's your basic sandwich come with?
Oh my god, it's what is it called? I believe it's called the flight, and it's roast beef, turkey, and ham. And then we don't we don't even have we just have sourdough, white bread, just typical stuff. Nothing.
Yeah,
The most exotic bread that we have is rye. We have a rye bread. That's it. And people just are like, "Oh, can I get extra cheese?" I'm like, "Well, that's extra." They're like, "I have to pay extra for cheese." I'm like, "Yeah. Where when do you not have to pay? Or is it the avocado free?" I'm like, "You always have to pay for avocado, okay?" Like, oh, it just
like if the sandwich comes with avocado, they already put that into the cost of the
yeah,
sandwich.
yeah, but if it,
You're not like, oh man, look, I got it for this much here. I'm sure I can get it free over here.
yeah. It's a lot, but thankfully, because at my job, what we do is they call it cross training. Everybody has to know everybody's job, just in case, especially for the holidays, because people take time off. So it's just to kind of keep you, in the game of everything. And so last week, I believe, was my last week doing sandwiches, and then they're gonna put me somewhere else and see what I do. But with that, it's really interesting because the person that was doing it before was really getting mad at me because I wasn't doing it their way. And my whole thing was, I'm like, well, even though I'm not doing it your way, I'm not running out of anything, because there we hand, dude. we hand slice like all the meats. Like,
Really?
yeah, like it is a production just to the essence, the accoutrement that is the deli. And this person was just like, you need to make more, and I'm like, I've never run out. Like, it's it's like I shouldn't have to make more. So we both had two very different philosophies on that. So yeah, that was interesting as well. Just I don't know, David. Like, I know you have your philosophy of security guarding, but I'm sure you're open to other people's philosophy, right? Or is it your way or the highway type deal?
No, I mean it's is my way always the most effective? Probably not, but it works for me. I mean, am I open to other things? Yeah, because ultimately I don't know every aspect of security. Like I'm not an armed guard. I haven't really done private detail. So I'm not gonna go into a private detail thinking I know what the fuck I'm doing. You know what I mean? I've worked big venues, but only at a certain area. I've never had to go through an entire arena or like warehouse and pinpoint all the points. Like you kind of look at stuff, but nobody's looking at me like, okay, here, 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 here. It's that type of thing. Um, Sometimes we do have situations like at our conventions where like, hey, we're understaffed, so we have to realize what's the most important area that needs to be covered. So like, okay, we can move somebody from here to there. It's an assessment, and sometimes you're like, hey, that doesn't make any sense, and you're like, oh, okay, well, my bad, we'll do it this way. Again, I'm not without my faults or mistakes. Sometimes you just don't have all the information, but you have to be willing to get and understand that people don't do everything the way you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Describe to me your most perfect sandwich, David Macias.
Oh, my perfect sandwich. Oh, Jesus, I don't know if I have one. Like I'm ever changing. I'm ever adapting. You know, I just think because my perfect sandwich is the one I'm eating at the time because it's like, all right, this fucking came out delicious. Like I've just started uh, appreciating cucumbers on sandwiches. I like some sliced cucumbers because it gives a little crunch, little bites, so to speak.
We
Sometimes you like a sometimes
yeah,
you like a raw onion.
we hand slice our cucumbers. Okay. It's, it's ridiculous the amount of work that goes into the cucumbers. When you said that, I'm like, we hand slice. It's everyone thinks we just get them, and we're like, no, we hand slice them. I'm gonna tell you the biggest nuisance of a sandwich. I don't know how this happened, but olives. You put olives on a sandwich, I'm slapping you. You know, they do
Yeah,
not
I'm not
go.
an olive fan. I'm not an olive
They get all over the place. They don't even stay in the sandwich. That's what pisses me off.
guy. See what you should do. You know how you counter that. You got to put the olives on the bread, then the meat on the olive, so it stays.
Yeah, but then now that's great and perfect, but that means I have to do a pre-step where I'm like, okay, I got your meat. Now and then we move them over to our veggie area. I'm like, okay, now let's go into the veggie area.
Uh,
And then they're like, oh, I want this, 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 this. And then they're like, oh, and olives. And I'm like, olives needs to be your first thing. So there I am with the olives. I grab them and I'm literally like putting them like
yeah,
on the thing. I don't plop them. I'm like, if I plop them, they're gonna go everywhere. I'm strategically putting them everywhere. You know, for the most
like like
proper.
like you're dropping pepperonis, like here, right here, right here,
Yeah.
right here.
Yes. Yeah. It's oh man. And there's this one girl that used to come in. I mean, she still does. This old lady, and I told her I'm like olives are the worst things ever. She's like, with you, I'll never put olives on my thing, and I'm like, okay, deal. Oh man,
Which is funny. Olives don't go in a sandwich, but they go in a martini.
yeah, right.
we'll get different olives. It's
Yeah.
like I actually kind of like a green olive more than I like a black olive. So I mean, I wouldn't mind some diced green olives in a sandwich either because it gives that little vinegary taste, kind of like you know how people always get like vinegar and stuff like all that on their sandwiches.
Yeah.
Well, ultimately, all you need is a pickle. Pickle just it's like a fucking it's a bite of vinegar. There you go. There's that citrus like a little twang to your sandwich. Yeah. Now you got me wanting a sandwich. I'm like, hey,
The sandwich talk is deep here on Drinks to Words by. Email us. Let us know your perfect sandwich. Drinks to Words by.
let us know what your least favorite item on a sandwich.
You know what's weird and it's strange to me is people put jalapenos on a sandwich. I'm like, why? Why would you do that to a sandwich?
They put jalapenos on everything, dude. That's like, or like they're just like they're eating a sandwich and they get like a side of fucking jalapeno or like a banana pepper. They're like, yeah, that's a good sandwich.
I had one of the best sandwiches the other day. It was from Bay City out in Santa Monica, and I was out there because I'm supposedly I'm trying to get this job. I got it, but it's just a lot of work to get this job. I have to get a Class B license that I've been trying to get for ever since like May of this year. There's just like I have to do a physical, and right now, I would fail the physical right now because of some health issues that I've been kind of going with.
You have to take a physical for that?
Yeah, yeah, you have to take a physical, and having high blood pressure is a disqualifier. So
Oh,
yeah, so I got to work. I'm working on that, bringing that down. Um, but man, it was a corned beef sandwich, and oh, it was delicious. It was that. You're right. The sandwich that you're eating at the moment is your favorite. That is so true, David. Because that corned beef, I was just we were having the meeting. Everybody was talking except for me. I was just like, oh,
did did I tell you I made a MLT?
MLT.
Did we
Let me
discuss
see.
this the last time?
No, let me. Is that a sandwich or is this drink?
No, it's a sandwich. Think about this.
Meatball,
I, no.
lettuce,
Think
and
about.
tomato.
I'm gonna say this: a nice MLT sandwich
Lettuce and tomato.
from a movie.
Was
Have
it
fun storming the castle.
a Princess and the Bride? Wait, what? And what was the M?
Remember, mutton,
Mutton.
lettuce, tomato. Mutton's been sliced.
You really did? You made a mutton? What?
I made a MLT. So my wife loves it's like a canned mutton. It's like minced mutton. Like it's like corned beef, right? In a can. So it's mutton that's already been mashed up. You heat it up. So I legitimately fucking I sliced some tomatoes. I had some lettuce. I had some lettuce. I put mutton, lettuce, tomato. I season. You gotta season the tomato. You gotta put a little fucking pepper, maybe some garlic salt. It was delicious. I'm not gonna lie. Nice mutton, lettuce, tomato.
I've never had mutton in my entire life.
Never had mutton.
No, no. And the only reason why I know about mutton is because Seinfeld. Remember, he didn't like to eat the mutton, so he put it in his jacket, and then the dogs like ate his
Yeah.
jacket or something like that because of the mutton. So that's and so I have no idea what even mutton would taste like, or if I would like mutton. I'm sure I would. Um,
Yeah, dude, it's really just it's like a nice it's kind of like a corned beef. It's more it's a smoother texture though because when you heat it up, it kind of like just kind of like a shredded meat type of thing. But yeah, I mean I don't have any sliced mutton, but yeah,
yeah,
mutton,
mutton
lettuce,
laser.
tomato.
And what was the
I
bread?
made the Princess Bride sandwich.
And what bread did you use?
Just regular white bread.
Okay.
I toasted it. It just that's all I had, but put a little mayo. I didn't even put mustard, just mayo. Just kind of kept it as simple as I could because I wanted to get the flavor. It really did work out. Like the mutton is kind of a deep meat flavor, so the lettuce and tomato really countered it and kind of gave it a freshness to it. Yeah.
We've been doing
Like
a
I was
yeah.
what?
I'm like, we've been doing a hot sandwich talk for like 15 minutes. I'm still,
You
I'm still, I, I still can't believe it. I'm like, David, are we on to? We need to change drinks towards by to sandwiches by
yeah.
sandwiches to drink by.
Sandwiches to bridge by. We should just take the show on the road and just go to different sandwich places.
I'm down.
We have
Uh,
our first spin-off show.
yeah, it only took 149 shows.
Remember when we first started, we were so adamant about being able to go to other bars and stuff. We did that once. That bar doesn't even exist
Yeah,
anymore. They closed down.
that's why we had to stop going. I'm like, David, I think we're bad luck.
Yeah, we're bad enough. We're bringing bad publicity to the bar.
So many times we've had people, yeah, come to our bar. Sure, never happened.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not now. We're now, and we're rarely at any bar. Not even at the Cove. We're rarely at. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Life is funny that way. What we started and we're still going, but it's like, and yeah, it transformed. Well, you were ready to go to the bar today
I
for a
was,
hot second.
I was.
That's how I knew you were buzzed. So I was like, stop drinking.
Yeah, it's like, come on, David. I'll pick you
Edmund,
up.
we gotta be here. I go, you're really gonna drive all the way back from Inglewood? No.
No, I woke up so late today, man. You know what? The drunken sleep is great, but the waking up that's the hard part. I was like, oh man, just waking up. And I woke up the exact time your wife called me. Like literally, she couldn't have called at the most perfect time because I woke up and literally seconds later, boom. So
Well, yeah, because I didn't have a phone, and then I was talking to her via Facebook Messenger because that's all I really had, and she's like, "Want me to call him?" I go, "Yes, give him a call," because I was worried about you, man. I worry about you because I actually called you right after I found out you left, and it went straight to voicemail. So I was like, "Shit, he's not gonna fucking hear my phone anyway." So I thought you like either your phone died or you like turned it off or something.
I think my phone died. Yeah, it was dead.
Yeah,
So because my dude, this
sometimes.
phone, the this phone that I have is like so vintage. It's like 2013, and people are still like, "You still have an iPhone 6?" I'm like, "Yeah," but I got it for I held on to it for purely um technical reasons because it was the last phone to have a headphone jack. And so at the time, I was doing a lot of phone interviews. I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing virtual shows or anything like that. So it was more, I had it for that, for phone calls and stuff like that I was recording than anything. But now, I could upgrade if I wanted to. Now that I'm doing, now I know how to do stuff like this. So we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
I'm trying to hold off on a new phone at least one more year, like till the beginning part of next, or like the mid part of next year when the new phones roll out. But it's just like when you pay off a phone, you're like, oh, it's such a relief not to pay that extra $50 a month. So I'm trying to
Jeez.
hold off.
Yeah. I don't even know
But
what phones cost. I don't even know what phones cost these days.
over $1,000, bro.
Jeez, jeez. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah,
I just got hit with this thing called supplemental tax. David, keep that in your brain. Supplemental tax. What, whatever you're purchasing a house, um, there's going to be some taxes that you're going to owe on it because you bought it at a higher price.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know this, and so yeah, so I owe some money to the government or to the property people or to California or somebody. I owe somebody
Somebody,
money.
I owe money to
Yeah,
somebody.
luckily they're like, we'll give you 2 installments to pay. I'm like, I need 4 installments to pay, but if it's two, then okay. So
So yeah, I got a bill from the IRS for $6.70.
wow.
Yeah. So I filed my taxes late. I got an extension and then I filed them late and I had to owe, but I paid the money that I owed. I just automatically paid, but then I got a bill saying, "Hey, you still owe this." I guess because I filed late, there was a late charge, and it's like $6.70. I have to the 28th to pay this.
So are you writing a check or you're just sending?
You know what? I have to look further into it. I know it's asking for a check, but I go, there has to be some way that I can pay this over the fucking phone. I'll pay the $3 surcharge. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna
Jeez,
fucking like who has checks anymore? Do you have checks?
I do.
Dude, I can't. I can. I don't think I've had checks since Washington Mutual.
Wow, WAMU.
Yeah,
Is that still
WAMU.
around? Is WAMU still
No,
around?
no, no, no. I think Chase bought them out.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I remember WAMU was huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, I still have checks because where I was living before, sometimes they would ask for rent a little bit earlier than usual. And then, I never had that kind of cash on me. So I would just write them a check and be like, there you
yeah.
go. You know, I did see somebody use a check the other day at the grocery store. And that was, I was like, I understand using checks to pay bills and stuff like that, but I'm like, at the grocery store, come on, guy. Like, that's what the ATM is for. I always do cash though. I'm a cash guy for groceries. So
I don't know. It's hard to get cash now. Like, it's rare where I have cash on me. It's like if I owe somebody money, like let's say like oh I owe you $20 for whatever reason, right? Like, oh, let me get some money out. Um, I'll always take out a little extra. So like, oh, I got a little cash on me. It's kind of like a fun little game.
yeah, I love cash. I love having it on me. It just keeps. I don't even know what my bill was last night, but I was using my card and I was like not carrying. I'm like, I'll just use my card because I paid cash for gas. That's a rule of mine. I got to pay cash for gas because it's always cheaper. And I finally washed my car. Ever since July I hadn't washed my car, and so that's what like 5 months. But I finally washed it, David, and I washed it in West Covina because I was around there. And I'm like, oh my god, let's see if the car wash that I usually go to has anybody, and it didn't. And I'm like, oh my god, finally now I don't have to stress about getting my car washed here in Inglewood. So I haven't found a place out here yet because here the lines to get a car wash are just ridiculous. Everybody's washing their cars here in Los Angeles.
Everybody's trying to look good.
Yeah, except for me. I'm like, I don't care. Oh,
Nobody's gonna steal your cake, Carson.
sports.
Sure. I was like, wait. I was like, I tried to segue into the fact that the Green Ranger died, but yeah, we can go to sports.
I mean, that's very sport esque. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's karate.
Yeah, yeah, man. The Green Ranger, Jason. Uh,
Yeah,
he died. I believe suicide. What was that?
I thought it was Tommy. Wasn't it Tommy?
Or was it Tommy? Yeah. Let me maybe his. Let me research this a little bit. But I saw that in passing. The Green Ranger died. Let me see. Where did I see that? Let me look really quick.
That's a TMZ.
But yeah, dude, the Power Ranger. Were you a Power Ranger guy?
No, not really. I wasn't a Power Ranger person. I think I was more a. I watched it. maybe I'm lying. Maybe I was. I think it was more for my brother. My younger brother was really into it, and I guess for a while I felt I was trying to be the bougie guy because I felt like it was just such a copy of Voltron.
Yeah, still looking it up. Oh man, let me look over here. Let's see. What's that? Uh,
Right? It's the
okay.
Green Ranger. It's the Green Ranger. We all know the Green Ranger,
Yeah,
who later became the White Ranger.
there we go.
So,
Green Ranger. Uh, Jason David Frank.
so his real name's Jason, but in the show it was Tommy.
Yes.
Okay.
Dead by suicide. So
At 49, like, well, I
49.
mean, you can't say that because Robin Williams was older when he committed suicide.
Yeah.
Hey, if you need to talk to somebody, uh, probably best it's not us, but if you need to,
Yes.
by all means, reach out. You know, we don't want uh, we don't want people to feel like they're alone or scared or fucking deep in their feelings.
Uh,
I think we've all faced that, so it's always good to have somebody to have an outlet.
Especially right now, now that we're really into the holidays, a lot of people feel alone. They're like, "Oh, I don't have anybody," or "I don't have friends right now," or whatever. If you don't have friends or anything like that, listen to our shows. We have 149 shows. You'll never feel alone. Okay?
Yeah, you, you'll listen to us and go, man, my life's not that bad.
Yeah, we could be the cure for suicide. Okay, we could.
Hey, man, hey, I'm all for it. We recently got a new subscriber who has mentioned that they listen to us quite a bit, or they watch us on YouTube, and I think to the point where like she said she falls asleep watching us on
We're
YouTube.
tucking you in.
Yeah, putting you to bed. Actually,
I'm finally sleeping with someone. Wow.
yeah, it's because you're gonna get, buddy. Uh, actually, her boyfriend is the new bar back at the Cove.
There's a new bar back at the Cove?
There's a new bar back at the Cove, sir.
Because there wasn't one last night. It's like it was
It
Andrea.
was
I'm
that.
like, yeah, I'm like, what? Is she the new bar back? What?
Yeah. No, well, he had the day off, but yeah, there's a new guy. His name's Danny. So far so good. He's kind of a young guy. He seems very. He's doing it right in my eyes. Like he's not trying to be anything. He's like taking it all in. You know, I've dealt with him. He's been a customer, so I've kind of interacted with him and his lady who became a fan, so to speak, of our show. So yeah, new barback.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
And with that, I have actually put in my 2 weeks at the Cove. I should be exiting the Cove in some time.
I know you're moving on to bigger things, but that's what sometimes
Spend more
happens.
time with the wife. It's like working nights is difficult when your schedules are the complete opposite. It's like there's really no time. So I wanted to spend more time with the wife. I have been traveling more, so it was kind of unfair for the Cove for me to be away um, and just trying to find coverage. But mostly because I just need to spend more time with the wife. You know, sometimes distance makes the heart grow fonder, but it also can put a wedge.
Yeah.
So
Well, good luck to you, and all your endeavors. I mean, the show will still keep on going.
yeah,
So
I'm not stopping the show.
yeah.
I love the Cove. I appreciate the Cove for everything. I've been there since January for like my third run with them. It would have been much longer had COVID had happened and they shut the fucking bar down.
Yeah. Well, we
But
don't know. We don't know if if COVID didn't happen, if you would have been there, or you would have maybe found something else. That COVID is such a wild card, in all of our lives.
Yeah, a lot of people had like a lot of plans, and all those plans went to shite real quick.
Yeah. Speaking of plans going to shite real quick, sports.
Sports. Is
Yeah,
that like a reference to like NFL season and how all everybody's plans go to shite real quick?
pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty much. The Raiders.
that's shite. That is a lot of shite right there.
Had so much promise in the future, had so much things going on, and then I'm just like, well,
Well,
that was
ownership fucked up. They should have kept the coach from last year.
yep,
I can't explain what's going on with them. I mean, anytime they're close, it's like, all right, they're gonna find a way to lose. They're like the Browns. They're like the new Browns.
yeah.
They're gonna find a way.
How does that feel that the Browns are not no longer the Browns?
Well, they're still the Browns, trust me. But it's always good to know that there's somebody worse than us.
Yeah, so that's been good. The Chargers are man, you know, I love that they're now the underdog in every fight now. They're never expected to win, but it's anxiety watching them. It's and they had two Sunday night football games, the last one today against the Chiefs and
Ooh,
no
that's a good tough one.
yeah, the Niner game was a tough one too, and I thought we were gonna pull it off. I really did, but in the end, that final drive with Justin Herbert throwing that interception kind of was like, oh man, of course.
Yeah.
So he was trying to make. That's what happens when you try to make things happen. You know what I mean?
You just gotta let it flow. You can't force it.
Yeah. So much like this show, I guess. Wanted to
Yeah,
talk
we can't
to
force anything.
Yeah, wanted to talk to you about Qatar and the World Cup coming up, and of course, no alcohol allowed. Um,
It was like there was no alcohol, and then they agreed to alcohol, but with 2 days going into it, they said no alcohol at the stadium. Apparently, there's still some like areas around the stadium, but not within the stadium. And I don't know, dude. Everything about this World Cup was trash from the get go. They never should have got the World Cup. It was straight rigged by FIFA. They got paid off by that Qatar money or any type of I'm not gonna say Qatar money
yeah,
because I mean, fucking get killed. Uh, but everybody knows that they paid FIFA to get the World Cup, and it's like there's so many laws and restrictions. You can't have sex. Like the players can't have sex with anybody, and apparently they don't even have them in hotels. They have them like in fucking tents and shit.
what?
Yes, I saw like the housing. It's like a tent city. It's fucking ridiculous. Like they don't even have hotels for these people. They don't have any fucking like legitimate uh housing. Like they did nothing to make this a fucking good place. I know Shakira backed out. People were backing out of the World Cup. I mean, people have gotten hurt. Uh, One of the best players in the world, the guy who just won the best player of the world award, the Ballon d'Or, uh, Benzema, he's out. So that fucks up France's chance. There's just a lot of shit going on with this one.
Yeah, it's weird to think that there's a culture that doesn't really drink, and as I was like reading about this, I was like, I felt very indifferent as far as, you know, do you need alcohol to have a good time at a sporting event? You don't, but it enhances it for sure. But at the same time, who are we to tell another culture what our culture is? It's like, hey, you don't have alcohol. That's part of our culture. That's part of this game. How dare you not have it? So
Well, I mean, you look at it like drinking is a big part of soccer, like because you look at hooligans in Europe and stuff, right? Um, it's not just that though. You look at it like this: beer companies are sponsors of of the World Cup. So you're telling me that you're taking out one of the major sponsors because you don't want them to be drinking, but then it's like you're ruining the fan experience. You're not doing what you can for everybody to enjoy themselves. You just wanted this as I don't know what. It's not like you needed the money, you know. And even then, that's what I'm saying. It's like alcohol sales. Fucking, you be charging $20 a beer like they do at fucking SoFi, and you're just making money. What do they pay for? What do they pay for a tall can? $1.50, and they're charging 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making a shitload of money off the beers like SoFi
Well, 10 goes to the vendor and the other 10 goes to, the stadium. So
Stadium. Yeah, like I said, that's basically free money at that point. I don't know. Like I said, the first game was today. Qatar lost to Qatar. Is it Qatar? I
Qatar,
think there's a specific way to say it. Qatar. I don't know. Anyway, we see King Kwa. Why are you emphasizing the W? Uh, but the first game was today. Qatar lost to Ecuador 2-0. Good. Uh, and some of the games started at 2 a.m. So it was like I was telling Abraham, I go, hey, when we close, we'll just put the game on and just hang out for a little
yeah,
bit.
I'm sure he was for it.
Yeah, let's watch the game. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna watch the games I can watch because it's still soccer, it's still the World Cup. You want to enjoy, the festivities. USA plays tomorrow.
10 a.m., I believe.
I think like the pregame is 10. I think the game actually starts at 11. Either way, start at 10. But yeah, they're playing Wales. Uh,
Actual whales?
yeah, they're playing actual Wales. You know, for the longest though, I didn't know Wales was their own country. I thought it was like a town in England. So sorry to the Welsh. I apologize for my lack of knowledge in your country.
Our Welsh fan base completely disowned you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we lost all, none of them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let's see what else is going.
Speaking of shites, the
Yeah.
Lakers are shites.
Oh man, what the fuck are the Lakers gonna do, man?
They're gonna, dude. I don't know. They have maybe 10 to 15 more games to turn this around, or they're gonna have to blow up the team. Not literally, like just
Right,
like
right, right.
might as well make some trades and get rid of contracts and just start anew.
Yeah, LeBron was great at at the first signing, that first two seasons, but now he's just old. He's breaking
He's
down every like minute.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not just that. Like if you watch the first couple games, like the one of the first games, Westbrook went 0 for 11. He scored no points, no nothing. He did shit the entire fucking game, and that's supposed to be one of your fucking stars. And then, like, if you look at the supporting cast, like you can't name fucking half of them, and they can't shoot to save their life. Like they're built on hitting open threes and nobody's hitting a three. So it's not just him. There's a
Yeah,
lot to determine. But I'm not saying that he's not a step slower, but he still beat the shit out of us. If we were playing him 2-on-1.
oh man. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Maybe they just get rid of everybody, and well, what was that? That was weird. That was weird. Did you hear that? No.
Like,
Yeah, that was weird. Did
uh,
you were you able to watch the UCLA USC game? I'm not. I mean, I like UCLA. Am I a fan? I am a bit, but I always enjoy those rivalry games.
yeah. The biggest one being next Saturday when I'll be at the COVID 19.
Yeah, which is Ohio versus
The Ohio State,
uh
get it right,
the Ohio State.
versus the team up north.
Okay, versus Berkeley.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know. I didn't know they had such a huge rivalry.
So basically, when it's the week of the game, as it's called, you like across Columbus, they cross out anything that has an M in it, and you don't say the name.
You
You
don't
just
speak
call
its
the
name.
team up north.
You dare
Team.
not speak its name. Dude, I'm looking at my sports section page. All it's about is Qatar. That's it. That's all.
Hey, did you see? I guess the Venezuelan. I can't say that word. Venezuela. Fuck. Why can't I say that right now? Right? Anyway, there's a winter baseball league down there, right?
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember Asdrubal Cabrera.
No.
So he was a player in the major leagues. I don't think he's there anymore. I think he's like playing in like the city, like the country baseball. So I guess uh, in the winter league, some dude hit a home run, and he did one of those like super trots and like kind of like flipped the bat, and the pitcher got all fucking pissed
Jeez.
off. And as Rubel Cabrera came across, as he was turning the base, the first base, as Rubel Cabrera came and just fucking socked him in
Wow.
the face. It was a brawl. I was like, oh, dude, for a home run, really?
Right.
It happens all the time.
People are passionate. Well, you know.
Yeah. How many times would Judge got a fucking decked for 62 homers?
Yeah. Man, it's literally everything is about the World Cup. So I'm like, I don't know what else is happening in sports.
But yes, I did watch part of that USC UCLA game. Nobody wanted to play defense.
Right.
Nobody. They scored, I think, over like 90 points.
Yeah, it's 48-45.
Yeah,
USC won. Ah, so pissed.
UCLA had an opportunity to pick to end the game on senior night. But yeah, they USC plays your team next week.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe it's here too. I got invited to the game, but just my financial situation won't be truly rectified until the new year. A lot going on in the new year that's positive, for
Yeah,
my life. So yeah, that's what sucked this year. I got invited to a lot of stuff, but just the finances weren't there for right now. So um yeah, we'll see. But if I'll tell you what, if you're if you have an extra ticket and you want to hook it up for me, email us drinkswordsby at gmail. And for pennies a day you can have me go to the game.
yeah. For 10 cents a day, 10 cents a day, you too can sponsor Albert to go to a game.
Yeah, that would be great.
Oh,
um
snitches.
yeah.
Is that it for sports? It's really
I,
not like we've covered most of them. Like I don't really follow hockey enough. It's
right.
really gonna just be the World Cup for the next 3 weeks, basically.
Yeah,
That's
so
like minus the football game next week. Again, I'll be at the Cove at 9 a.m. Or a little before 9 to watch the game. Other than that, there's really
yeah. So the next big thing is the Thanksgiving, and um the war on Thanksgiving. You know,
there's a war.
yes, there's a war going on, David Macias, right, and it happens right after Halloween, where Christmas decorations are already up.
Oh
Pisses me
goddamn!
off. Pisses me off. I walked into work, Christmas shit everywhere, and I'm like, we haven't even got to Thanksgiving yet. Oh, I was so mad.
And Thanksgiving's the better holiday.
It is. It truly is. You got football all day. You got food all day. Uh, uh.
Yeah, this year you're gonna have football and football all
Yeah, that's
day.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have the food is wonderful. You spend money just on food. You don't have to buy presents for anybody, so you got to save a little money for a holiday.
Yeah. So, you know, um, so here's my conundrum, David, and you're the perfect guy to help me figure this out. Okay.
Okay.
Like the I'm going to my mom's house for Thanksgiving. All my family's meeting there. and she gave a list of all the things that she wanted people to bring. But they all
Carrot
got.
salad.
Should I make it? Everything was taken, and I was like, I have no idea what to bring. I'm like, there's somebody's
Carrot
bringing.
salad. Carrot salad.
I
Just
just
the
got to
carrot
make
salad.
it and just okay.
Why did you bring that? You guys took everything else.
Yeah,
You guys, it was your fault. It was your fault.
I gotta look at that recipe. I haven't done it in a while, so I gotta look at.
Uh,
I know
I
it's
don't
kind of
know. I mean,
simple.
like, what is on your list of foods like that your mom wanted? Like, what is
It
she making
was
the turkey?
she's making the turkey and the sides. My brother's bringing the pies. My sister's bringing the rolls and a veggie tray. Which I usually do the veggie tray, and I was so pissed that got scooped up.
That's such a cop out. Veggie
No,
tray is such a cop out for
my veggie
Thanksgiving.
trays are amazing. They are works of art. Let me tell you what, they're fantastic because I like cutting everything and I do it all there. It's fantastic. And this is gonna be my first year that I usually do a veggie tray for the Cove, but this is gonna be the first year that I don't. Usually I stop off at the Cove in the morning and help them out and stuff.
Why don't you why don't you make a charcuterie board?
Charcuterie. I could, yeah. But do you think that would over um highlight the vegetable tray? I'm not trying to a new term, throw shade over the veggie tray.
I think you should because it was your thing. They took your thing. I go, all right. You want to take my thing? I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't think your sister's gonna make put the effort. She's gonna get the pre-packaged veggie tray that you get at fucking at Walmart. You're not gonna put the essence that you put in. And all you gotta do is buy a bunch of Lunchables and then put them out like it's a fucking charcuterie board.
Yeah, but I need a board too. I'm like,
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you could pull the old chicken nugget trick again.
I know. I was thinking about doing that, but I'm like, is McDonald's even open? And I'm like, and I should be pissed. I shouldn't do that to the people that work at McDonald's. They should have the day off.
And whatever he celebrates. Okay, so your mom's making what sides?
I'll tell you right now. Let's go to the film.
Let's go to the film.
All right. She said,
Because I actually maybe cooking an entire Thanksgiving dinner. Usually it's me and the wife and just us, and she cooks it all. But because I'll have to work at the Cove on Thanksgiving night, we can't really do it.
right.
So we have to pick like another day.
So she's making a turkey and a roast, and
Ooh,
then my sister's bringing rolls and vegetables, and my brother's bringing the pumpkin pie and chips.
you guys only do one pie. You guys don't do more pies.
He'll probably bring like two,
Okay,
because
so is your mom making stuffing?
yeah, because well, yeah, of course, stuffing goes in the
Well,
bird.
again, I'm trying to
Yeah.
gauge. She's doing stuffing. Is she doing mashed potatoes?
She probably will.
Okay. Canned yams?
Yes, and I do not like candied yams. I will
No.
not eat
Okay.
yams. Not
Said my
even with
head.
yes, not with the
Uh,
fox. Not in a box.
uh, casserole? Green beans?
No, she won't do that. Not a green bean. I don't
Are
think
you
she.
guys a casserole family?
No, not green bean. We're not a green bean casserole family.
Okay.
I w-
Uh,
I now this is what I'm thinking, and it just hit me right now. I have been playing around with my Spanish rice,
ooh, okay.
so I could do that. I
I
could.
think you mentioned this before that you're moving into the Spanish rice roll.
I just figured it out. It took 4 times. So usually I've been burning the rice, but now I finally did it without burning it, and it came out really good.
So do that. Spanish rice it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do.
So I was gonna say that or Brussels sprouts.
Oh God, no,
You don't
no,
like Brussels sprouts?
no, no, I don't. I don't.
Bananas. So I was actually gonna try to get some beef tallow, and I wanted to do some or bone marrow roasted Brussels sprouts. I
And
was
by
thinking of doing.
yeah, side note, the Cove is open on Thanksgiving, huh? I know they usually last year they
It
closed a
oats?
bit early. Yeah, they closed like at midnight or something like that, or like around 10. I want to say.
Well, maybe I'll hit up Greg and see like, hey, what's the plan for Thanksgiving? Because the night before Thanksgiving is bananas. It's the busiest night. Everybody and their grandmas at the Cove because everybody's fucking is uh off the next day. So
Yeah,
everybody wants to be drunk dealing with the family.
and not only that, but people are flying in, for Thanksgiving. So there's a bunch of people are
Yeah,
coming
holiday
back from
travel is
college.
terrible,
Yeah, yeah. So totally
especially with
understand
what's going on in New York.
what's going on out there in New York.
You haven't seen the snowstorm?
No,
Yeah, dude. There's like Buffalo got like 6 feet of snow. So the Browns were playing the Bills in Buffalo. But because of the weather, they moved the game to Detroit. So Cleveland and Buffalo are playing in Detroit right now because of the snowstorm.
wow, wow.
Yeah,
Well, that's cool for Detroit. They get to see a team that's not their team. you know,
yeah, but it was unfair for Cleveland because Cleveland's a running team, and the snow would have been better for
right?
us to fucking to have a chance to win. Now we're in a dome, and it gives Josh Allen, likes to throw the ball, this free range. Like the wind won't be a factor unless somebody passes gas.
Oh man.
So I stole
Um,
that from a movie.
last call for topics. Um, I
Um,
should have I should have said that at the end of sports, but I was like, oh yeah,
sport. Last call for topics. Do I have anything? Uh, no. I mean, it had back to the. No, they did bar the kid thing. Damn it! I know I kicked some guys out yesterday for being drunk dummies.
yeah,
Uh,
I remember that.
yeah, I kicked them out.
You kicked them out the back
Wait,
too.
I kicked them out of both ends. The main a hole that I dealt with. Maybe you shouldn't just like don't be so proud of your name when you're being an asshole.
Is
That
is
was funny.
is
Kept
this?
like, you know who I am? You know who I am?
No, I
I don't give
don't.
a fuck who you are. I don't know who you are. And then don't claim like, oh, I graduated UCLA with a bachelor's degree. I'm like, congratulations, you're still getting kicked out of the bar.
And what was his reason for getting kicked out?
Um, they
Well,
were just drunk. You know, when you have games like that, or just fucking like sports in general, early, people are drinking all day and they don't stop. They think, oh, we can keep the party going. But bro, you guys don't understand. You you have a fine line before you cross it, and guess what? You all crossed it. You're all too drunk. And even some of them weren't like obnoxious. It was like you're all one group. You've all been drinking together. It could escalate real fucking quick. So I need all of you out. It's done. So shout out to the bartenders for immediately just going, cool, done. Because I think they felt it too. It was
yeah.
like, yeah, guys, let's go. And he was getting in my face a little bit. So I was like, let's go talk about this outside. He's like, tell me why. So I'll tell you outside. You know, like I said, it's easier to walk about. Let's go have a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not really a topic. Just wanted to bring up the story, but don't be a fucking dumbass. And it's usually the USC fans that are fucking dumbasses. This was a UCLA fan. So that's my last bit.
Okay. Very cool. one last topic I'll mention, and that is, I know we talked a bit about the 30 pack of beer, but it do you find that it is, you know an energon cube? Like, can we call it an energon cube?
I don't know, Bumblebee. I mean, are you
You're the
using it to fight Decepticons? What's
yeah.
going on here?
You're my transformer expert right here. I figured.
I do love the Transformers. Um, well, you know what's really funny is where do you get your 30 packs from?
Smart and Final.
All right, do they have the 36 pack?
No, I maybe they do. I don't know. I saw it was on sale for like, I think we talked about this last week, for like $23, and I just
Yeah.
I had to,
So no, yeah, because normally Stater Brothers actually has 36 packs for like the $23. So you get six more beers. I do. You make the trip. Um, I don't know. I mean, is it like a power box? Yes, the power box. It's a good amount of beer. Like unless you're drinking heavy, it's gonna take you a good while to get through 30 to 36 beers. Unless
yeah.
you're my wife. She does.
Yes.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, it's a great go-to. It's a, I mean, there. That's what you should do. Just take a 30 pack for Thanksgiving.
I wish I could, but like my family doesn't really drink.
Uh,
My sister drinks, but she's a wine girl. Um, my brother doesn't drink. My mom doesn't drink. So it's real tough. Like, I can't just be like, hey, I brought up. I'm like, no one's gonna drink it. And when you bring something to, like a Thanksgiving, right? Isn't the rule you got to leave it? Like, especially when you bring beer. If you
yeah,
bring beer,
when you bring alcohol, you're supposed to leave the alcohol. The alcohol that doesn't get drank stays there. Yes, that is a. I don't know if it's a rule, but a common courtesy,
an
kind of like an
etiquette,
unwritten rule,
an etiquette, if you will.
an etiquette, if you will. Yeah. I guess I don't know. I mean, how I guess like house parties are different. Because have you ever been to like an old school house party where you just see the group that brought the alcohol, they stay around their
Yeah.
alcohol. but to the regular folk, when you go to a party at somebody's house, it's not a house party. Yes, you take something that you're gonna leave.
Well, there it is, folks. Little etiquette for you for the holidays coming up. I know that's going to be kind of a main focus. So, yeah. And speaking of focusing, focus more on us by logging on to drinkstowardsby.com. We mentioned it before, but we've done a plethora of shows. This is number 149. And go
Whoop, whoop.
back and revisit all the fantastic glory that has been Drinks Towards By. And
And drunken debauchery, as some
yes,
of the folks really were. Mm.
yes. And if you're so inclined, we do have a YouTube channel. And go ahead and YouTube did something weird, but I think it was a good thing. And I'm not sure, but I believe if you go youtube.com/drinks to words by, don't quote me on that. I believe that's our channel. So they just said that now you can have handles on your channel. So I put at drinks to words by for us, but I don't know if that works or not. So
I'll
um,
try that myself.
yeah, but if not, just log on to drinkswordsby.com, hit the YouTube banner, and watch all of our
Like and
shows.
subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe, even if they don't have to watch us. Just tell them, hey, go here, hit subscribe. Never watch an episode.
Exactly. Or watch one or two. Maybe you'll
Yeah,
like us. I don't know. I don't
watch
know.
15 minutes. Watch 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The
And
start of the show is usually pretty funny because we always just kind of roll into it.
yeah. So Do
If you'd
that.
like to be a guest, if you want to do some Skyping with us, let us know.
Yes, please let us know. We are totally down for that. We haven't had a guest on, and I couldn't even tell you when. As far as
Yes, it's been a
yeah,
while.
been a while.
Uh, oh, I'm sorry, I missed. Oh, side note, I forgot. Did we discuss my hurricane?
No, we didn't. We didn't.
Yeah, we totally bypassed the fact when I was in Florida. I was in the midst of a hurricane, Category 1. Um, really nothing. Because I was in Orlando. I wasn't on like the beach side. The beach sides obviously get it way worse. I
Right.
was more inland. But yeah, it was, they shut down the airports, so people weren't able to get into the fucking convention. Uh, nice wind and rain. Nothing is worse than hot rain. I'll tell you, man. 73 degrees and super humid is really terrible weather. I fucking hate the East Coast. I don't hate these. I hate the weather in the East Coast. I am a West Coast weather person by far. But yeah, so I've done hurricanes and earthquakes. I do not need tornadoes in my life, so I think I'm good.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
And by the way, is Category 1 the most harshest hurricane? Right? There's like
No,
4 or 5 categories.
Category 5 is like it's fucking like uh, flying cows type of thing.
So they should just change it to "We've
Yeah,
reached flying cows."
yeah.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, that was like one of the best scenes from Twister. We have debris, debris. Um, no, Category 1 is just above a tropical storm, so it's like it's it's considered a hurricane, but it's at its weakest point. It's not like it's not something that people in Florida worry about too much. Although I will tell you this: everybody in Florida is a hurricane expert. Anybody you talk to over there, they're like, "Oh, this is nothing. You just got to worry about the high water levels, and once you're in the eye of the storm, that's when you got to worry about the crosswinds." And I'm like, everybody has something to say about the hurricanes and how it works. It was hilarious to me. I was like, "Dude, you guys are all fucking meteorologists. You should all have your own channel."
Oh, if you guys want to email us about anything that we talked about hurricanes or whatever, go ahead, email us drinkstowardsby@gmail.com. And of course, we do have a Venmo that nobody, Venmos us. Stop that.
Started
Stop
speaking.
that.
Yeah,
Venmo us, man.
$5, $5.
Somethings.
Be thankful for our show. Send $5
Yeah, it is the season of the thanks. So, um,
in
you
the
know,
season of giving.
yeah,
Give
give
us some money so we can buy drinks and drink on here.
exactly. Come on, guys. Show us your love. So yeah, hit us up on the Venmo at Drinks to Words by. And then there's a banner right there. Go ahead and click that. And Venmo us, send us some few fazools, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, our kind of sponsor of the Cove. Can never give them more love than that. I will say this. I follow them on the Instagram. They have a great Instagram, and they did a little commercial for the Cove gift card. And like you could buy tons of stuff like sweatshirts. So I went there and I'm like, I want to buy a sweatshirt. They're like, we're sold out. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, well, call me, set one aside for me so I could buy one. So
Yeah,
they have tons of merch if you want to support them or just go to the bar and drink all their alcohol. That's there. So yeah, so hit them up, covecocktailbar.com. And always thanks to them. I mean, our virtual show is set in their bar. So, that's how much we really love the bar. So,
yeah. We've both been employed there. We've both drank there. We both
yeah,
we do the show there. Yeah, it is a second, third home.
yeah,
So thank you to everything with the Cove. We truly appreciate the Cove and all the bartenders and Greg and the whole family.
yeah. Um, Final cheers. Final cheers, ladies and
Final
gentlemen.
cheers. Shit. More. I'll do the since we probably won't do another one before Thanksgiving
Right.
because we got to talk about 150.
Yeah.
I am thankful to your safety. Glad you made it home. Don't do that shit again,
Yeah.
please. Um, but final cheers to anybody who is struggling with uh, mental illness and dealing with anything that uh, is not making your holidays fun. Please be aware there are people who will are out there to help you. Again, you want to reach out to us. Probably not the best best thing, but we will be there for you because uh, that's just who we are. So we love everybody who listens. We appreciate you. So thank you to you, and cheers to everybody who has a struggle.
Cheers to that. And my final cheers is going out to the turkey. You know, I love you in a sandwich, but I love you more as a turkey itself on Thanksgiving. So delicious. Um, yeah, that's I mean,
Are you?
fantastic.
Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, there's a sandwich in this. The
Mhm.
leftover sandwich.
You're
The
absolutely right.
leftover fucking Thanksgiving sandwiches are always delicious.
Mm, yeah, and the leftover Thanksgiving sandwich could have like everything left over, even like potato salad. Oh, I wish I could make potato salad. I'm just not there yet. A potato salad. Mm,
Next year,
next year.
next Fourth of July. Fourth of July is a good potato salad day.
Yeah, man. Now I'm thinking about making a potato salad. I got to look it up on the internet. I know it's so
There's some,
super easy.
yeah, it's not very difficult to do it,
Yeah.
but uh,
All right,
cheers to
guys.
turkey.
Yep. Cheers to turkey. That's gonna wrap it up for this edition of Drinks Words by David. Kick him out.
Just go. I'm tired. Leave. Come back tomorrow. We open at 8 a.m.
Have a happy holiday, guys. Eat,
Have a good
eat.
one. Be safe, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, eat a lot, please.
We are out of here later.